What is happening, y'all? Welcome on back. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It really does help the channel out. We're diving back into KCD 2. Don't remember what the hell I was doing. Oh yeah, this guy was sick.
Fella. Go back.
God be with you, hermit.
I don't have time for you. Go away.
Interesting. Last time you were at death's door, and now you're fit as a fiddle.
Yes. I was sick, but now my strength is returning, thank God. Ars medica natura magna est.
Judging by what I've heard about you, you're a bit fishy, hermit.
What do you mean?
Well, there's a lot of talk about you in the village. They say you've made a pact with the devil, and are summoning demons from hell.
Old wives' tales. What do I care about such nonsense?
Well, but supposing it isn't nonsense?
Of course it is.
A few nights ago, a herdsboy saw a black horseman ride into Apollonia. He thought it was an apparition, but I think a demon would have known the road to Apollonia and wouldn't have spun round and round at the crossroads like a top.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I found a black horse stabled in a pen here. In the woods below the rocks. A well-fed, healthy horse. Black as charcoal. The man who rode on it wasn't an apparition. Or the devil.
Why are you telling me all this? For God's sake! Stop this nonsense right now.
There's something fishy about this. I'll be back, hermit.
Are you delirious, lad? Maybe I have some fever remedies here.
I came about that sword of yours. I'd like to buy it from you.
I'll keep my sword, thanks very much. It's a fine piece.
Right. Long since broken and unused. I wouldn't hum and haw too long if I were you. Radovan the blacksmith will give you a good price for it.
Oh, right. You mean that sword? I don't have it anymore.
Folk are saying some monks turned up in the village and were asking about you. The Inquisition, apparently.
The Inquisition?
Maybe I should have a word with them about you and tell them where they can find you.
Oh, God. If I give you that piece of old junk, will you leave me alone?
I can promise you that. What are you asking for it?
Nothing. Just a small service. Listen carefully, then. There's an old widow called Margaret living in the village. Take this cross to her and say to her exactly these words. Margaret, Ambrose forgives you, but his brother must get what is rightfully his.
Margaret, Ambrose forgives you, but his brother must...
That's right.
I hope she'll know what this...
Don't worry, she will. Give her the cross, and I'll tell you where you can find the sword. Benedictio Domini... You're back again? Have you forgotten we had an agreement? Honor your promise, and I'll give you that sword.
But I want to know what you're up
back
to.
Again? Have you forgotten?
I just pickpocketing the miller. Hermit. Find out the truth about the devil. That seems very important to him. Wait, where the fuck is she?
God bless.
Is she running away from me? Looks like she's running away.
God be with you.
This might seem strange, but I'm supposed to give you this.
A cross? Mother of God. What's the meaning of this?
Margaret, Ambrose forgives you.
Ambrose? The hermit?
It was his wish that I give you the cross and the message. He said you'd know what it's about.
Oh my God! By all that's holy, it couldn't possibly be him. All those years, I'd lost hope. I never forgave myself. I committed a mortal sin.
Well, I don't know what you did. But this is supposed to be your absolution.
No, there's no absolution. Not yet. You said it yourself. Not until Ambrose's brother gets what he deserves. The bones. They still lie there outside the wall. Help me. His soul must find peace.
All right. I'll help you. But you'll have to tell me more.
Thank you, lad. Thank you. I'll tell you everything. It's a curse. I've never told anyone about it. And it's a good thing you caught me here. At the graveyard.
What does the graveyard have to do with absolution?
Hold on. Not so fast. I'll tell you everything. First, tell me...
It's the living I'm more afraid of than the dead.
One should fear the dead. But in the end, it's probably a good thing that you have no fear. You see, one poor soul is waiting for redemption. For years and years.
Ah, I get it now. Ambrose's brother has to get what he deserves. This is about the soul of Ambrose's brother.
His name was Jan. He lies outside the graveyard wall, buried without rites. He's been there for 30 years.
What happened to him?
The memories are painful. We were childhood friends, and Jan loved me. Only, I chose his friend Vashek over him. He couldn't get over the rejection. So he lay in wait for Vashek one evening.
And Vashek killed him?
It was an accident. They quarrelled. Jan drew his sword first, and Vashek had to defend himself. Apparently, they got close to the cliff edge while they were fighting, and Jan fell. When they found his body at the bottom of the cliff, people thought he'd killed himself. The only one who didn't believe it was Jan's brother.
Ah, the conciliatory cross where they saw the apparition. That's to commemorate Jan.
His brother Ambrose had it built there. And those diabolical apparitions. It's my fault for saying nothing. God is punishing me
Nonsense. And what's more, Ambrose forgave.
only on the condition that Jan's bones will be laid to rest in consecrated ground. Help me lay him to rest in a proper grave.
But without telling the priest and gravedigger. Isn't that sacrilege?
That's the only way we can put right a terrible mistake. Jan didn't kill himself.
All right. We'll give him a
Thank you. The Lord... There's a rose bush outside the graveyard wall. You'll find his bone. Please bury him beside my Vashek. Here, beneath the... then place Ambrose's cross on it. Farewell, sir.
That guy just hanging in the tree?
Here you go. Take it. Aye, come here.
Rose bush outside these walls. What's an accident?
The angel of the Lord declared unto Mary, and she conceived of the Holy Spirit. Hail Mary. And it happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
Your journey ends here, Jan. I don't know what you have on your conscience. Our Father, for what we so for I will be.
Yeah, I don't want to hear
done.
nothing about no
Amen.
prayers. Come on.
Amen.
Ambrose's brother Jan got what he deserved.
I saw that. May his
And yours too.
30 years.
It's all right now. You did the right thing. Everything else,
I'd like to reward you somehow.
I expect you.
Well, if...
All right.
Thank you again. God be with you, Henry. Take care now. And go and wash up. You look like you could use it. Stop that whistling.
Yes.
Quick. God. 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 Quick.
Yo. Apparently my guy needs a bath. Where's this idiot at? Oh yeah, because we were digging the graves. Imagine he fucking stinks. Sounds like the hermit's getting bent over backwards. First, let's save just to see if they're pricks. So I think they're pricks. But I'm going to see if they want to have a chat. But I'm almost positive they're pricks, and I'm just going to stick the dog on them and start shooting them.
Hey, fella! Listen, we need help!
What happened?
We are Knights of the Cross with the Red Star. Good brothers in Christ. I'll explain everything, but there's no time now. We have to act fast. Our brother Klesgen is dying. The crazy fool shot him. Help us.
All right, we'll have a quiet talk. What happened?
If you're going to see the hermit, be warned. The man in the hut is just pretending to be the hermit. His name is Conrad, and he's a fraud and a murderer. The Inquisition paid him to murder our Grandmaster Zdeněk in Prague. Fortunately, God did not let him carry out the crime. But 2 of our brothers were killed by Conrad when they tried to detain him.
And I see a third one will soon join them.
He was just about to flee from here as well. We took him by surprise, but he had time to grab that damned crossbow and shoot Klesgen. By the Virgin Mary, help us. We have to catch him.
Did Conrad really want to flee?
Yes. We stopped him at the last moment. He almost got away, but we surrounded him.
You're a knight of an order?
Yes. I am Brother Arnold, a Knight of the Cross with the Red Star. And these are Brothers Sibald and Nicholas. You are too late to make the acquaintance of Brother Klesgen, I'm afraid. We take care of the sick in infirmaries throughout the land. But we can't. You have to help us.
Why should I get mixed up in it?
I'll pay you. Otherwise we won't have a chance against his crossbow in that gorge.
That swine tried to deceive me. He mustn't get away.
God, thank you. Try to get close unseen, and set fire to the haystack on the right-hand side of the yard. Then his crossbow will be useless, but do it quickly, before he gets away.
Salvaragi,
Jesus
Mata
Christ.
Misericordia, Vita, Docedo es
God,
spes nostra,
help
Salva,
me.
Ave Maria, gratia plena,
My God,
Dominus tecum, benedicta
I-
tu in mulieribus, et
you're very
benedictus
bad.
fructus.
Who's this hay bale? It's right there. How the hell am I supposed to fire in it?
You arsehole, you fucker! Flush him out!
Go fuck yourself!
I'll hack your ass off.
Nice strike!
Bleeding, fucker.
No mercy!
Nice!
I am the handmaid of the Lord.
What about our deal?
Ave Maria Gratia Plana.
You owe me something, knight.
You're right. Conrad was one of the best swordsmen of the Order. We wouldn't have stood a chance without you.
What did Conrad want here?
The local hermit Ambrose was his long-standing ally. He was seneschal of our order some years ago, but he transgressed and fled from Prague. But why Conrad was pretending to be his dead friend, I have no idea. Maybe he thought it would help him evade.
What was it actually about?
I shouldn't tell you. But since you helped us, Conrad was paid by the Inquisition to kill our Grand Master. He failed by the grace of God.
Conrad was working...
Yes.
That is hot.
Sinners. We know.
Our account...
Gloria.
The hell's the guy?
You can't be here.
Thief! Those are my things!
You'd better pay me compensation, you blackguard.
Hold on. Let's talk about this.
Hey, that's my... Give it back.
Forgive...
And... out! Let's go! Out! Let's go! That's it. Go now.
What does it want me to find? There's literally nothing here. Ooh, there's something under this fucking sack.
Bloody hell. This hasn't been here for long. It looks like some kind of notes. Like a diary. Let's have a look at it then.
Don't like reading. They were telling us the truth. Find the hermit's grave. Why do I stink? I just washed. And just washed. Let's go.
Where's the hermit's grave? It ought to be somewhere around here. Now that's what I call steel. It may be broken, but there's hardly a trace of rust.
Greetings.
What's new around?
Try asking around. I heard a
Wouldn't you?
no, and
That sounds it. So I'm back, Master Blacksmith.
excellent. How did it go with the hermit?
He's dead.
What? Did you?
No, not me. It just got a bit complicated. Anyway, it turns out old Ambrose really used to be a knight. And this really is Toledo steel. You were right, Blacksmith.
God's nails. That's quite something.
First class welded steel. Ambrose must have broken the sword himself, deliberately. It wouldn't have just happened in battle.
That's exactly what we need. See now, youngster. My clever plan worked out nicely in the end.
Right. Well, thank you very much for your, clever plan.
You haven't disappointed me yet, lad. So I'm sure forging an exceptional sword won't be a problem for you either.
Wait, I thought you wanted to do it yourself. I'm just your assistant, after all.
Not at all. I trust you. One day you'll become a master. That is, unless you lose your head first. Great. I'm glad you found what you were looking for. Take care, friend.
I've always got people like people like you. God be with you.
You have a kind master, eh? What?
Sakra!
Bitch.
It's almost finished.
I went past your garden the other day.
I know. Sorry. He's getting old and losing his when he takes fright, he nearly bites your hand off.
He used to be such a sweet dog.
I'll give him a bit longer before I take him to the knackers. I don't want to wait for him to bite someone.
You serious? That poor dog.
Aye.
Why does it say this broadsword's better? And you're better? You're supposed to be my top tit. Good time for a broken. Its defense is worse.
When he was little, he fit inside my hat.
God bless.
I've got something for you, blacksmith.
God's nails, you weren't bullshit.
I'd say it looks pretty much like a sword, eh?
Looks like. This is a damned fine piece of steel. Damned fine.
Thanks. I was glad to help, but now there's something I need from you.
I'll pay you, of course. And if you want to do some smithing, I won't throw you out of my forge either.
No, you know full well what I need. I have to get to Samin's wedding.
Why is it so important for you? It'll just be a lot of people stuffing their faces. You can find that anywhere.
I have my reasons, and you don't need to know them.
God's nails, lad. You're full of mysteries. But whatever, that's your business. I don't mind taking you to the wedding. Nothing to it. We can set off once you're ready. My friend?
Well, we got other quests to complete. Let's go do this one. More quests? Where the hell's he at? Oh, damn it. We'll go to sleep. Where's my bed?
So what then? I don't have all day.
Can I?
Yeah.
All right. That's that.
Not too shabby.
No.
Stop by.
Greetings to you.
That's all. I have that document from the rat house for you.
Excellent.
I knew I could count on you.
Judging by the contents, it seems like you're dabbling in alchemy here at the mill.
That's not a bad guess. But don't forget about astrology, theurgy, transmutate. Although that's something anyone with a grain of sense should avoid. Now show it to me, so I can finally get the knowledge. Good. Good. This will come in handy. Ah, yes. Of course.
What now?
That much? Going to need more. A lot more.
Did you hear me? What now?
Sorry. I got lost in thought. I owe you my thanks as well as reward for getting me the document. And maybe another little job? What do you say?
Don't tell me you've forgotten. I need to get to that wedding in Semi.
Don't worry. Your path is leading that way. Only it'll be a little longer than expected.
Are you yanking my pizzle?
Not at all. I'll get you to the wedding as sure as the heavens are above me. The fire of the Creator. But, besides, things are about to get really interesting. Step by step, we're moving closer to the great revelation.
Enough. I'm sick of listening to your cryptic blabbering. Supposing you first initiate me into the mysteries of your enchanting mill. This isn't any run-of-the-mill business, so to speak. I smell something devilish here.
Devilish? Not at all. You guessed it. It's nothing less than high learning. Alchemy! And when I say alchemy, I mean real alchemy. Not some hocus-pocus brewing of potions for creaky joints and bellyache.
Tell me more about it, then. Maybe I'll learn something useful.
I suppose. You are my apprentice, after all. You deserve to know what all of this is leading to. Now, pay close attention. I want to make a golem out of dough. Then, using secret alchemical practices and theurgy, bring him to life.
A golem?
A golem is a helper brought to life. It can be made of studying the Jewish carrying. He wouldn't be much smarter than Zinnik, but he'd have the strength of 10 men.
My word. That sounds incredible. I have to see it.
So far, it's just all in my head. But if you're patient and help me, you'll see soon enough. It's in the interest of the advancement and prosperity of mankind. Just look at the Bible. I've no doubt that if all the apostles would have been...
So a golem, you say, made of flour? For the good of mankind?
Exactly!
And what about the good of me? You promised me a reward.
You already know that you can learn the practical application of certain useful skills from me. But for a few groschen, we could discuss the art on a more, let's say, theoretical level.
I'm overwhelmed with gratitude. Supposing you give me a few groschen first, as a reward for bringing you the document, and then I'll decide whether to trade the coin for some learning.
Oh, see now, I completely forgot. Here you go. I added in what I owe for those sacks you carried. And if you want some more work...
What's this next job all about?
I need to find a saltpeter pit.
Never a wasted word, eh, Crazel?
Short and to the point. That's my credo.
And how long will it take before you tell me what a saltpeter pit is?
A saltpeter pit is a pit in which saltpeter is formed.
This has something to do with the alchemy of yours, eh? I don't know much about that stuff.
Nitra is saltpeter. White crystals similar to salt.
And what needs salting here in the mill? Or is it supposed to be some peculiar Crazel wedding gift for a young Semi?
Nothing of the sort. The Kabbalistic doctrine speaks of saltpeter as a vessel for the inexhaustible essence of life. Those white crystals are said to contain the very essence of being. That's precisely what we need to give life to our golem. Thanks to the ingredients from Hermes Trismegistos, his feet will never get tired, and his fists will have the power to smash rocks. But saltpeter is the most important thing. Saltpeter will be the golem's heart.
So you're serious about this golem? And are you certain it'll work out?
Certainly. Otherwise, I wouldn't even try.
How much saltpeter will it take to bring to life such a big creature?
A lot. That's why I want you to find me a decent saltpeter pit. Do you understand?
I was hoping I'd learn something useful from you. But instead, you're making me wander around the countryside looking for some pit.
Well, you never know when an experience like that might come in handy.
All right, then. I'll look around for that saltpeter pit of yours. I just hope you know where to look, that you can point me in the right direction, and also that you'll get me into that wedding as a reward.
Yes, Bonnie has a lead. She's a damned handy girl to have around. She can do anything you ask of her. But for you, the most important thing is that she knows how to look for niter, or saltpeter if you prefer.
So this Bonnie is some kind of witch who's in on this golem stuff.
Bonnie is someone I trust without question, and you should too. Not only will she teach you how to find saltpeter, but also how to differentiate. The main difference is it has kind of...
Hold your horses. You want me to taste that nasty?
If you don't taste it, you could confuse it with some nasty rot. You don't want that.
Damn right.
Don't be such a lily-liver, Henry. If Bonnie can taste saltpeter, so can you. She'll tell you the rest herself. You'll find her in the lair. That's a secret storage space I have here just by the pond. Only my best people can get in.
You have a secret storage space? You're full of surprises, Crazel.
What's so surprising about that?
Well, actually, it makes sense. I reckon you can't just make a golem in the mill. So how do I get to this lair?
There's a bridge over the mill stream towards the southwest. Take the path to the left, just behind it along the pond. From that path, you turn right, uphill, between the rocks, and you'll find yourself right in front of the lair. You can't miss it. Oh, and so I don't forget, you could pick some herbs along the way to see Bonnie. It would make her very happy. She's just been through some tough times. Her dog died, and on top of that, she has to spend time with that blabbermouth Zinnik. On the other hand, Zinnik might be holding his tongue for a while after his encounter.
If Bonnie spends time with Zinnik, she may want some spirits rather than herbs.
Bonnie? Never. Being a decent Christian, she avoids alcohol like the plague. Right along.
To the lair.
Here, friend.
Googie, googie, googie. Googie, googie.
That's all. Well, I hope I've proven I'm not all hot air.
Can't you?
I have to get to know the people I work for.
Let me give you some good advice. People will always tell you what they want you to hear. And that's not always the truth. Try to get to know someone through their actions. Those mean...
What's new?
Nothing.
You seem like a reasonably educated man, Crazel.
Where are you going with this?
Well, I reckon you know some interesting and useful things. If you share them with me, it'll make it easier to endure all that bullshit you spew.
I'm glad you know what you're getting yourself into. Are you interested in the theory of light, kinetics, or vacuums?
That's a bit too fast for me. What I need is the basics.
I have no time for the basics.
Well, I'll be happy to give you some groschen for your troubles.
All right. But don't forget, this will take some time. For a few groschen, I'll teach you whatever you want.
You talk about alchemy like...
We've been through a lot. Let's start. Let's get to work. You silly dog.
I'd like to learn...
Well, all right. Or a few... All right. That's what you need to... Let's get to...
Be with you.
Good day to you.
Are you still fighting?
Sure.
See you later.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Let me fight him. It will not let me fight him. This idiot. I don't know how to fight him again.
Careful.
I'm just getting warmed up, you shit.
Would you know of any?
The only thing you can... But going on...
Why the wood?
Just... They...
I think.
All that... But if you first...
No, you are.
Maybe it's because them two. Wait, I didn't. There's no reason I'm over encumbered. Fight me, bitch. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I already gave you a snack. What do you want, Nancy? No, we're not getting candy.
Oh, baby.
What'd mommy say?
Said yes. He said yes. He said yes. Daddy, she said yes. He said sure.
Okay, we'll go have mommy get you something.
Them.
Or sister.
Please sleep.
God bless you.
Good morning. Why do you work for the miller?
Well, how can I put it? Anywhere else, they'd have kicked me out by now. The miller's the last person who'd still give me a job. He says every idiot is of some use at least.
And you see that as a compliment?
I see a coin in my hand every week. That's all I care about.
What did you do before you started working for the miller?
A bit
Damn
of
it,
this,
Elena.
a bit of that. When I was still a boy, I stirred lye at a tannery, and then I slaved away at a dye house. But since I came to the town, it's been, well, let's say not exactly honest work. But that's what I'm best at, see?
What do you think of Crazel?
Is this some kind of test? I can think what I want, and you ought to do...
Long time no see, eh?
Crazel gave you another job?
Yeah. I proved myself to him.
Did you come here to make fun of me? As soon as she showed up, she gave me hell over that manuscript.
No, not at all. I just need to find out something only you would know. So, Zinek, have you any experience with saltpeter?
Oh, I never want to see that shit again. I still have the taste of it in my mouth. And Bonnie and me was taking turns tasting it.
Weren't you afraid a dead soul would enter you through it?
What? What are you babbling about?
Dead souls pass time in niter crystals, don't they? That's why the miller is looking for them. To bring the golem to life.
You fool! We're looking for saltpeter to sell to butchers for salting meat. There's good coin in it.
Well, the miller told me something different.
You can't believe everything he says. A golem in the mill. He's yanking your pizzle.
You're all just trying to confuse me.
Crazel's a good teacher. You know how it is.
What can you tell me about Bonnie?
Well, you mean Cheeks or Jezebel?
Are those nicknames?
Dunger, Snowdrop, Vixen... We always come up with the stupidest names, and nobody sees through them anyway. Bonnie's been here the longest, and has the most experience. I'm surprised she still puts up with Crazel and his mad notions. And I think she likes animals more than people. When I try to talk to her about work or weather, she gets bored.
What sort of place is this?
Our secret place, where we can quietly plot sneaky plans for our beloved Miller.
Behind that boarded-up door? What's inside that cliff?
You know, storage, rubbish, rats, filth. Look, I know Bonnie ordered me to clean up in there. Thanks to you, I'm sure the movement of goods will start again soon, so it'd probably be good to have some order around here. I just haven't got round to it yet.
Zinnek, I have a few questions about the saltpeter pit we're looking for.
So now you need me, eh? Take care, friend.
I'm Henry. Miller. He sent me to search for a niter pit and said you might be able to help me with that.
Of course I will. I'm Bonnie. Nice to meet you.
Bonnie? It's not a name I hear often.
It's not the name I was baptized with. In our craft, it ain't a good idea to tell people your real name. That's why we use nicknames. What should we call you?
Henry's fine.
Well, that's not very creative. You know what? I'll come up with a nickname for you myself when I get to know you better. Did you bring me something from the mill?
Actually, Crazel said you'd appreciate some herbs.
He's right there. Do you have some for me?
I'm sorry. I've got nothing for you.
I reckon I'll just have to scrape together the ingredients for that magic ritual myself.
What kind of magic ritual?
The kind where Zenek finally gets some sense into his head and stops making stupid beginner's mistakes. Just so you know, that mess with the author of Hermes Trismegistos would never have happened to me. Not me. While we're on the subject of rituals, did Crazel tell you about the golem?
He did.
And what do you think of it?
Well, I think it's all a load of shit. Just some hocus pocus to cover up shameless robbery.
Well now, so you're a bailiff's man and you're on our trail?
No. It's just I'm not as naive as you seem to think.
Look out! Behind you!
What?
Just testing how alert you are. You know, if a golem punches you, you won't get up again. Whether you're naive or not. But that's enough of that. We're not going to stand here talking about flower golems when we've barely just met. I'd like to chat with you too, Henry. Get to know you a bit. But if you're in a hurry to find Crazel's saltpeter, I won't keep you.
No. I have plenty of time. But where to start?
You know what? I'll start. When they caught Zenek in Troskowitz, I was scared out of my mind that they'd catch me and clap me in the stocks. I had to hide out here for a while, so I haven't had anyone to talk to. Life in the lair isn't all fun and games. Zenek and all the other mill knuckleheads were never worth much as company. So I'm glad the miller's finally found a normal hand for once. You've got a beautiful dog. What's his name?
Mutt.
What a cute fella. How did you find each other?
He belonged to this girl I knew, Teresa. She saved my life in my hometown, Skalitz, when I went to bury my parents.
Well, That's what I call an interesting past. I used to have a dog, but I don't anymore.
He died.
He started getting these lumps all over his body. He stopped eating, just slept all the time. And then, well, what's done is done. And what about you? What kind of family are you from? Also, thieves?
No. Pa was a blacksmith. I inherited something from him, I hope.
Oh, really? Would you teach me how to make, maybe, barrel hoops?
Those are pretty hard. Wouldn't you rather start with, maybe nails?
Sure. I'm pretty quick to learn and patient. That is, with one exception. When Crazel starts spouting off his alchemy theories, I'd rather run for the hills. What do you think of the old miller, anyway?
He seems awfully mystical. He has lots of experience, like as if he's lived for hundreds of years.
It's his beard that does that. Don't let it fool you. Thanks for talking to me. It really is good to have someone to pour my heart out to. But now, about that saltpeter. Before you came, and before Zenek fucked up with the manuscript, we collected saltpeter all over the place, mainly in sties. It has to be scraped from the walls, horrible work, time-consuming and annoying. I'm not going to lie to you. We also looked in a few chests, just in case. You know. Anyhow, now all the styes in the region are scraped clean and we're sitting pretty on a nice barrel of saltpeter.
Barrel is quite a lot.
For the whole Trotsky region, aye. Unfortunately, Krazel said we need at least 6 times as much.
6 times? Will one saltpeter pit be enough?
I reckon so. There should be as much as Krazel needs for his masterwork. If you're looking for it, you ought to know how saltpeter forms. Do you have any idea?
Certainly. You take a damp wall, like in a sty, you let the water evaporate from it, and you get this salty bloom.
That's right. But like I told you, all the sty walls in the region are scraped clean and we can't wait. Don't forget that saltpeter crystals are formed in places where something is rotting. It can be shit or carcasses. Well, a saltpeter pit is actually nothing more than a mass grave. The best natural saltpeter maker.
Krazel said saltpeter is a vessel for life energy. I get it that it's left over from dead bodies, but how do you get it from shit?
God's mysterious ways. You know how it is.
And he also wanted me to taste it. That's nonsense, though, isn't it?
Unfortunately, it isn't. Otherwise, you won't know if it's saltpeter or some other shit. It feels kind of cold on the tongue.
Jesus. And you know where to look for such a pit full of carcasses, do you?
Not exactly, but I have an idea. Times are evil and there's plenty of corpses. A person who's digging holes and throwing dead bodies into them and doesn't even know he's got a a saltpeter mine.
The local gravedigger?
Exactly. And the one we have here in the region is also the knacker.
Ah, the gravedigger Ignatius. I've already met him. He lives outside Troskowitz in the direction of Apollonia, right?
Aye, that's him.
So I'm in for a walk to the cemetery.
Seems like it. Too bad you couldn't have walked around the county with us before. It was fun. And pretty useful experience. I learned a lot during that time, and I won't keep it to myself. I'd be happy to teach you something, if you want.
I'll keep that in mind.
That old gravedigger will be suspicious, so I'd bring him some kind of offering. He's always dragging those carcasses, so I'm sure he'd appreciate a slab of fresh meat from Troskowitz butcher.
Good idea.
He lives a short way from the cemetery, so at least the meat won't go bad on the way. Lots of luck, Henry.
Why do you work for the miller?
Because he pays well, and don't care how much coin I make on the side.
You mean by stealing?
And he doesn't ask any stupid questions.
What did you do before?
I got by any way I could. Believe it or not, I started in a convent.
You? A nun? Well, why not? I was in the cloisters myself for a while.
Oh well, different people have different fates. But we all ended up here anyway, in the armpit of the world.
What do you think about Krazel?
You're another one of those that don't know if they should love him or hate him, right? Krazel is his own man. Once you learn to get along with him, you can't help but admire him a bit. But sometimes, he's unbearable as soon as he opens his mouth.
What do you know about the Troskowitz gravedigger?
He's a pretty tough old bird. He follows the rule, I'll treat you the way you treat me. And he appreciates when a fella's direct and open. But I probably wouldn't tell him everything about us.
So, Bonnie, the most honest girl I know, sent me. I'd like to see some dead animals as models for painting a church fresco. A scene from the apocalypse.
That might be a bit much. But you learn fast.
How was the saltpeter collection and tasting again? Sounds pretty disgusting.
It wasn't so bad. Zenek kept whining about it, but being a saltpeter collector, it has its benefits. When you go and clean someone's sty, they don't pay much attention to you and leave their purses and chests unattended. We made a pretty decent amount on the side.
What, by stealing?
confiscating property for the greater glory of God. I hate the term stealing.
Just like Crazel. Tell me something more about Zinnek.
He's Andy, that's for sure. But also a bit of a fool. To be honest, I don't care for Crazel's bullshit most of the time either. I do this job because it's fun. Unlike Zinnek. He does everything for his own good, doesn't give a damn about any greater cause or other people. Actually, he really pisses me off with his attitude. And he entertains himself by coming up with the stupidest nicknames for me. Dunga, for instance. What kind of a bloody awful name is Dunga?
Oh, lovely. And what does he call himself?
Scruffy. Or Jan, Nicholas, Franz, Peter, Jakub. The most bland, everyday names. He tries to be careful, but then he opens his big mouth and fucks it all up, just like in Troskowitz.
What is this lair place?
Crazel built a store so all them honest, curious people in the mill, the likes of Hensel, wouldn't have to worry their little heads about what we're doing here.
You mean behind that boarded-up door in the cliff?
We're definitely not doing anything there right now. Because of the mess in there. I told Zenith to clean it up. I think he wants to see if the place will get so rotten that saltpeter will bloom on the walls.
I'd like to learn something.
And what would you like?
I hear you're good at alchemy.
All right.
I'd like to learn...
What would you like?
I need it.
Thanks. Take care now.
You can challenge him to another fight. No, you fucking can't. I've tried.
What about another...
Damn. But don't forget the bet.
Here's the money.
That's more like...
Okay, now it lets me.
There you go. Bam. There you go. Fuck yourself. Just you wait.
You really kicked...
You all right?
It's nothing compared to a beating from Vera. Here, your win.
Good day. What would you like?
So how's it going? Good. Anything new?
Not really.
Are you still organising fun?
Aye. Do you want to join?
Come on.
All right.
Here's the money. Good.
Oh, farewell.
That was easy.
Oh, say, and
At the mill? Yeah. The place by the Zherovka Street. Has the water sprite been up to his mischief again?
Well, of course.
They found a dead body stuck.
What about one more?
I don't have any... Not so far.
I do.
Say you... All right, so you won.
Thanks for the...
Here.
God bless.
Greetings to you as well. Excuse me.
Sick 'em.
Good boy. Good boy. You don't want to do that.
Okay.
Go to hell! Go fuck yourself!
I'm good.
Show what you're made of! Enough! I give up!
Defend yourself! This...
God grant you health.
What do you want? You look awful.
Lord Semine, what will happen with that robber from Apollonia now that we've captured him?
You mean gules? You might find it hard to believe, Henry, but the man is of noble birth. That means I can't simply lock him up or, God forbid, execute him. So I took him into my service.
Was that wise, sir? Are you certain you can trust him?
No. That's why he has to prove himself.
How?
It looks like we didn't wipe out all the bandits who were pillaging with him. So his first task will be to take care of what's left of his own band.
I heard there's a wedding coming up. Your son and the bailiff's daughter. That'll be a great feast.
Aye, and a pretty expensive one, too. But Older is my only son. He deserves a wedding that'll be the talk of the county for a long time.
Can I come and see it? I've never been to a nobleman's wedding before.
Henry, you helped us with the weapons, but don't you think you're getting a bit too bold?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. I'm just curious.
I understand, but don't get above yourself. Better help Radovan the blacksmith. Maybe he'll take you to the wedding. He's for till we meet again.
Good afternoon.
Have you already taken care of your band?
Don't you start with that too.
So you didn't.
After you attacked me in Apollonia?
I'm so battered I can hardly wipe my own arse. Old man Samin will just have to be a bit more patient.
No, you wouldn't be making excuses by any chance.
And why would I do that, you genius?
So you don't have to go up against your own. You're protecting them.
Pfft. You think I regard them as my people? That's putting it strongly.
Are you telling me you don't care about them?
Why should I? They're nasty bastards just like me. Look, lad, that's just the way it goes between us bandits. It might seem dishonorable and low to you, but each of us is trying to survive the best we can. Believe me, if those boys were in my boots, they'd not hesitate a moment and gut me like a swine. But they'll never get a second chance, because they're not of noble birth.
What'll happen once they discover you're in Samin's employ?
Well, they won't be too fond of me over it, but then they never were. Why are you asking about them anyway? Don't tell me you want to help me. These aren't any ordinary thieves. They're a bunch of the most depraved whoresons I've ever met. What do you think? Would you fancy tackling them?
Yeah. Just tell me what I need to do.
So listen up. From what I've heard, there's another 4 of those scum roaming the countryside. I'd bet my boots that a few more will hitch up with them in time, so it won't be easy. You can start with Canker.
Canker? Interesting name. Why's he called that?
He already had that name when he joined us. I reckon they started calling him that on account of how he's rotten to the core.
What do you know about Canker?
He likes to disguise himself as a monk and ambush travelers. He looks convincing in a robe, but otherwise he's an awful heathen. Always drunk, just like the rest of his band.
That could be useful.
Definitely, if you get lucky.
Where can I find him?
I don't know. I only know that he and his band were ambushing travelers on the road from Troskowitz to the Nabarkov mill.
So how do you want to find him then?
Easy. I'd wait for him to find me. With a little luck, he'll ambush you in one of those places too. Or one of his people will.
That doesn't sound too safe.
What did you expect? That I'd search the whole forest for him? Go ahead and try and find him that way if you like. But I think you're more likely to roll straight 6s and dice.
Again,
either you see the cat.
What do you know about his band?
Not much. We've never seen them all together, so I can't even tell you how many of them there are. But there won't be many. Canker has never dared tackle anything too big. Usually just some poor souls on their travels.
That's enough for me.
Well, oh, and I almost forgot. When you're done, bring me Canker's mace. As proof.
Why? You don't trust me?
Why should I? Take care. Greetings. Why are you fooling around with that door?
Greetings. You have a kind master, eh?
My God, lad. Why are you covered in blood?
Gamekeeper Vostatek from Takov sent me here.
You were sent by Vostatek?
Yes. He hired me to find and catch poachers in his forests. That job's done, so he sent me to you. He said there's something I could help you with. He was talking about some ghost?
Nice. You might actually be useful then. What's your name?
Henry.
I'm Varel, the gamekeeper in these parts. But I suppose you know that. The lad who helps me told me a while ago about this ghost you mentioned. But I'll tell you about that after
Like
you help
sleep?
me with those bastards infesting my
What's
forests.
she doing? Is she standing?
What do you say?
Oh.
Will you do it?
Aye. I just need to know some details.
Sure. Ask away.
How do you know you've got poachers here?
The usual. There's been less and less game, and there's always a reason for that. I thought at first it might be them wolves that are rampaging there too, but I found some remains. It's a poacher, all right.
How can you tell?
There were knife cuts on the bones, not marks of wolves' fangs.
Where do these bastards of yours usually hunt?
The first one has been poaching Troskowitz, the graveyard site. Now we've started patrolling there, he's pulled back to Slatigo, somewhere to the east of the graveyard, and we ain't too keen to go there.
Why's that?
The place is cursed. And on top of that, it's swarming with wolves. You know that half-built cottage in Slatigo?
That must be deep in the forest, right?
The previous gamekeeper started building it, but he didn't finish it. He kicked the bucket before he could go on his first round. I've been gamekeeper here since then, and I don't intend to end up like him.
Bostatek was moaning his forests are full of the vermin, but I only looked for 2. How many do you think you've got here?
I have my suspicions about 3 places, and poachers always work alone. So I reckon it's an unholy trinity.
Do you know of anyone near Slatigo who could help me?
Try asking Ignatius, the Troskowitz gravedigger. Maybe he saw someone around there and can point you in the right direction.
Good idea. Right. I reckon that's all I need.
Good luck. It's good to see you, my friend.
I wonder if that's his camp. We'll find out. Where the hell's my flag? It's not showing up, which makes no sense.
Get out of here!
Do it! There! Don't bear him!
That's a lot of blood.
What the fuck are you doing to him?
Follow me. Whip.
Hurry up, you idiot! With me!
Fuck you! I'm all
you.
yours.
Mercy! Leave me be!
Defend yourself! This isn't over!
I don't see a mace nowhere. Be nice if it'd just be in here. But it's not. Damn it. If that would have been impossible to see. Club. That is maze?
What do you want?
I took care of Kank.
Seriously? So you brought me his mace like I told you to?
Of course.
Yeah, that's it. Kanka's best mate. Just as filthy and slimy as its owner. Here you go. It's not much, but I won't get any more than that out of old Samin for the job.
Who's next?
Hold your horses, lad. Those bastards have to be tracked down. Give me some time.
Fine. I'll stop by later.
It was good to see you, my friend.
You silly doggy.
What kind of pig was sitting here? Greetings. Hey?
What's the latest news, innkeeper?
Siegfried, the herdsboy, dropped by. He was moaning about wolves killing his sheep. Poor fella. He has it tough. And that's about it, I'd say.
Sounds interesting. What's the latest?
Not and I...
Go!
There's a fucking tree there, dumb dick. Let's walk into a tree.
Quick! Quick! Whoa! Whoa!
Greetings, my...
Have you heard any news?
There's something new every day.
Are you and the herb woman related? You both look... well, really old.
We're not related. We both got some years behind us, and we're both unclean in our own ways. Different herb women came to me from time to time for what they do with them, but Bojena ain't... Do you know why they change?
I do.
There's a place called Limbus Infantium, not even by accident.
I don't think... Do you know what happened with the bodies from near the pond? Tankard, Conrad.
Who?
Well, you wouldn't know their names. A couple of soldiers that fell there.
Oh, I remember them. They all ended up in a pit together right by the cemetery. All I got was a yellow waffen rock for the effort. Getting them out of there was a grind. They was well fed. You could tell right away they was from better parts than this here county.
Yeah, you're right. They're a long way from home.
Not to worry. Earth is earth, wherever it is.
I had to dabble in your trade a little bit. Buried a young man from the nomad camp who got beaten to death by woodcutters.
I know. Don't think I didn't try to get him for myself. He wasn't baptized, so I couldn't bury him in the cemetery. But he deserved a good place in the ground nonetheless. It gave me a terrible itch. I can't stand unfinished work.
The damned woodcutters left him there like a solstice decoration.
I buried him in his favorite place.
You did well. Don't hesitate to bury any other corpses you find left unburied. You have my blessing. I can tell right away if a fella understands an honest trade.
I'm looking for a poacher in this area. Have you seen anything suspicious?
Not a poacher, I'm afraid, but more wolves than you can shake a stick at. It's mighty odd how many of them are wandering around here. I wouldn't be surprised if it was down to some sloppy poaching.
Any idea where I should take a look?
Right behind the cottage, there's a little path lined with boulders leading towards Slatigo. Follow it into the woods and take a look there. The Slatigo forest ain't that thick, so you won't get lost. It's nothing but rocks, really.
Thanks. Ignatius, I'm gonna need your help.
Of course. How many are there? Where do you want to bury them? Shall we grind the teeth up, or do you want to take them away in your purse?
None of that. I have a different, slightly unusual request. Bonnie from Lower Semine sent me. We're looking for a saltpeter pit.
From Lower Semine? What pit?
A saltpeter pit.
I ain't never heard of nothing like that. What's it supposed to be? A pit to hell?
Yeah, something like that. At night, you hear the cries of tormented souls and catch the whiff of sulfur.
Well, that I can't help you with.
Not to worry. It's actually just a hole with some rotting carcasses in it. These white crystals form in it. And that's exactly what we're after.
You should have said you're looking for the pit I throw carcasses into. What's all this about Salty Peter? I'm going to go there anyway, so I'll take you there.
Really? That was easier than I thought.
Not even a chicken scratches in the dirt without hope of reward, though. You'll help me with something first. I have some collections from some Slatigo farmsteads, and I'd be a fool if I didn't use a helping hand. At least one day I can take it a bit easy.
You want me to help you with your grave-digging business?
Why not? You look like a strong fella. You'll be a good helper.
I have a better idea. You tell...
I won't say no to that. Oh, aye, fresh meat. What a feast that... Now, listen closely. That we'll take together on my...
So you got meat out?
When I see how much you lot in Lower Semine are interested in it, I'm not... But thanks for the meat. And grave digging is a job like any other. Sooner or later, everyone needs our services. And if it wasn't for us knackers, folk would have to deal with...
Of course. I understand. I'm just a little worried about what people will say about me when they see me with you. I wouldn't like to lose the honor I've earned as squire to a nobleman.
Don't worry about what people say. They'll only strip you of your honor if you let them. So what then? Shall we take a nice little ride with my boys Snorter and Dragonfly here? Nice and early, at daybreak.
Let's get this over with, then.
Didn't you understand me? We ain't going nowhere now. Like I said, be here at...
I understand. blind farmer Slatigo poacher. I wonder if he's got anything on him. Poacher's dagger. At least that's some proof from the gamekeeper. That must be the unfinished cottage Varro was talking about.
Hear me!
Report it to the gamekeeper. I've got some evidence if he wants it.
I'm gonna need a bed.
He was fit as a fiddle. What happened?
They say he went to bed healthy, but never woke up.
Good evening.
Can I spend the night?
Well, I don't know.
I'll pay you well. Let's agree on...
Thanks.
Where should I look?
It'll be best to sleep. Take care. And
I've got news about that poacher that you sent me to catch.
And? Did you catch him?
Not exactly.
What does that mean?
Well, you know how you said this poacher leaves a mess behind?
I know, the weasel. That really makes my blood boil.
Anyway, that's how the wolves sniffed him out. He didn't stand a chance against them. There wasn't much left of him, but I brought at least this as proof.
Show me. A hunting knife. This knife will be no use to him now. But still, getting ripped to pieces by wolves. Oh, never mind. I'm not going to grieve over him.
You said something about a ghost. Will you tell me what that's all about?
Hold your horses. All in good time. If you help with another poacher, I'll tell you the whole story about the ghost. Or are you tired of walking through our beautiful forests?
Oh, leave it out. Tell me about the next poacher.
What do you want to know?
What should I do with him? Arrest him and take him to Truskowitz?
If some wild beast doesn't mete out justice first, aye. If he's not willing, force him. But make sure he's not too battered.
Yeah, I understand. There's a lot of poachers on the rampage here, aren't there? Is there anything different about this one?
This poacher is operating on a big scale.
A big scale?
He's killing so much game that he must be selling it somewhere. It's much more than he could use himself. Only, to prove anything, I'd have to grill all the innkeepers in the area. They wouldn't tell me anything anyway.
Where does this one hunt? Any idea where I should go looking?
A stone's throw from here, in the woods around Samine Pond.
Christ, that's right here under your nose.
I don't like going into them forests, to tell the truth. Even though they're nice and close, there's something not right about them. The game is often frightened. He uses that to his advantage. Miller Kreisel occurred to me. He looks out over that area, so he might know something. Even if he is a bit of a strange one.
Actually, Kreisel has people working for him who live even closer. I'll ask them.
Whatever you say.
Thanks. I'll go and find him.
Good luck. God be with you, and have a pleasant evening.
My guy needs a nappy nap. On the wrong side. Where's my bed? It's not it. What do you want now?
Whoa!
You've no business here.
I'm trying to talk.
Greetings. Can't it wait till...
Gamekeeper Varel sent me into the forest to look for... I hope you don't have anything...
I don't have time for... But it's true, you can sometimes hear some bastards on the hill, but none of them has dared to... I reckon they're afraid of getting into a chat with Zenek and having their day ruined.
Thanks.
Farewell. I thought...
You look...
Do something. Go away.
Zin.
So now...
What do you know about the...
Not much. He's my fan.
Yeah, right.
I was... I have the... I've been...
Yeah, nice, but if I'm gonna...
Oh, the great also said...
You see?
Farewell.
Leave, or I'll... I never want to see you here again without permission.
Shut the fuck up. I'm not over encumbered, but okay. Apparently I am. No idea why. I literally didn't pick up anything, but oh, okay. Nami 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 nami. So fat. Hmm.
Someone's making camp here. It looks like a bandit's camp.
I'll help you out! Alert!
Mats!
Alert! Fuck this! My God! It's a slaughterhouse! Don't put it down. Attack! Everyone, get over here!
Bandits. Could they be the ones I'm looking for? I should look around their camp. This is definitely evidence. This is definitely evidence.
Good to see you.
Oh, you pooch.
Greetings, Master Guard.
God damn it. Oh. Like, fucking talk to me.
Day to you.
I found those poachers, like you asked me to.
Poachers? More than one?
Yeah. A whole band of them. And not just poachers.
How do you figure?
From the way they were armed to the teeth. Their camp is a little to the south of the pond. It's full of loot.
Somewhere by the rocks? But that's damn close. Got any proof they're there?
I found this on them.
Typical. The fuckers know what they're doing.
This lot weren't willing to listen to reason. So I dealt with them. They won't be doing any more poaching.
Blimey. You took them on all by yourself? Well, you saved me having to persuade Bailiff Thrush to send the Troskovitz garrison after them.
Are you going to finally tell me about the ghost?
Aye, I will. I need you to catch him. This ghost fella is a poacher too. But he ain't like any other poacher we've had, I can tell you.
Do you want me to send him to the gallows?
Exactly. If he ain't already wolf food or ain't armed to the teeth.
Where should I look for him?
That bastard is poaching between my patch and Vostatek's. He knows it's the least patrolled area, since we don't quite know which one of us is responsible for it. You just need to head north a bit from Trotsky Castle.
To the north of the castle? Any idea where I should start?
You can start at the crossroads, northeast of the castle. Search the rocks there. Like I says, us huntsmen don't...
What else can you tell me? Why do you think he's different than the other?
He's one big mystery, that bastard. He's a damn good hunter. Every shot hits the mark. On the other hand, he leaves a right... I ain't sure if he does it on...
Sounds like he could be a huntsman out for revenge.
Nobody's taking revenge on me, that's for sure. But I don't know if Vostatek... But it's true.
I'll get on it.
I can't wait to... God be with you, good sir.
The hell's that? New activity. Wish I could stop right there. It's probably too damn late in the morning to mess with him, but I'm gonna make it an effort.
Christ, take a bath.
I don't know if I'm completely ready for...
The dew is still on the lip. You don't need your horse. In any case, heaven's always... Hop on the wagon and snort... Did I bring that stuff for Visor? Meat? Bane? Aesop? Got it all. Good. Come on, then. Get a move on. We've got a long journey ahead of us, so get yourself comfortable so your arse won't hurt. So, you say you're from Lower Samine, eh?
Well, you could say that. I help the miller with whatever I can. I've got a place to sleep there. Soon I'll be able to call the miller uncle.
I remember Crazel when he was still a wee lad. Even then he was a great big smart-ass. When I buried his parents, he was traipsing somewhere through the world. Maybe you heard what they say about Lower Samine round these parts. Crazel don't sell short measure, not that. He looks out for his reputation, but his helpers have been seen often in the villages after dark, looking fishy. Or during the day, in the pillories. Don't that Bonnie of yours belong to that gang too?
Bonnie's an honest girl, and her friend Zinek is too. Crazel only sent them to scrape saltpeter off the walls of the styes, so that's just what they've been doing. From what she told me, they had nothing else in mind.
Lower Samine's a thorn in the side for a lot of folk. Some on account of the competition. Some is just rubbed up the wrong way by that Crazel. Either way, all they need's the slightest excuse to grab their pitchforks. Go and grab the miller and shove his face right in his own millstone. Lazy bones. Whoa, boys, whoa! Oh, come on! Are you deaf? Oh, they're acting stubborn again. Now listen, Henry. Here on the left side, you'll see the ruins of a cottage that's been abandoned for a few years.
I can't see a thing through those bushes.
You'll go and have a close look. Don't worry. I have a trap set inside the cottage. I wanted to lure a wolf into it, but that didn't work out. There's a deer rotting there unnecessarily. So hop in there and bring it to the wagon. Finally, at least we're not blocking the road too much.
My dog sucks. Myself.
Aye, come here. Look what I have for you.
I don't know if that's what I'm supposed to pick up. Nope.
Oh, Jesus, what a stench. Better quickly throw it in a sack and take it back to the wagon.
Sounds like my kids are being bad. So I can hear my wife any minute being like, hey, take these kids. Hopefully not, but I know.
I want to talk to you.
I'm coming.
Move it.
What's going on, Ignatius?
Ah, I'm trying to explain to these fellas we've got nothing to do with no thieving around here. They should go to Lower Samine to complain.
2 stinking pieces of shit was sneaking around our sties and cellars and lining their purses with silver too while they was at it. Some scruffy and dunger. You must be scruffy, eh?
I'm Henry, and those, names mean nothing to me.
Like I said, if it's rotten carrion they're after, they should have come to me. A passion for knacking is the only thing we have in common.
Is that so? So prove it then.
Take a good look at me. Do I look like a thief? Or more like a commonplace, maybe just slightly grubby, hired hand? At this rate, you could blame any old peasant who's grimy after a hard day's work.
I don't know. I don't reckon I've ever seen a real thief up close.
Ask around about me and you'll find out everyone knows I can't stand a liar. I'll keep my promises and show up on time. So enough talk, and let's carry on to where duty calls us.
All right, listen. We'll be going then. But if you happen to run into them 2 thieves, you tell us right away, got it?
Of course.
You can count on it.
Glad to hear it. Let's go, fellas. Maybe...
What now?
Not much left for us to do here, eh?
Hopefully our luck will hold out, and we'll only be breaking the limbs of carcasses today. The next farm's just up ahead. Hop on, and let's go. Water. Don't worry. That was just a kind of little favor for me. Now we'll help the locals here in Jdar with their carcasses.
So far, I've just carried sacks. I already did that for the miller.
Yesterday, the good wife from that farm came and told me both their pigs died. So we'll scoop them up and haul them off. I mean, you'll scoop them up and haul them to my cart. She says it was a curse. There was a flash of lightning, the pigs started trembling, squealing and puking, and then keeled over and dropped dead.
And then Satan himself appeared in the sky. Happens all the time.
It ain't my first day doing this job, so I could see right off them pigs had been poisoned. The good wife swore them pigs were happy as, well, pigs in shit. She said they even let them go to a nearby stream to have a wallow. It flows here through the forest on the right. Since we're here, you ought to go and take a look around there. Check how clear that spring really is.
All right. I'll see what's going on there.
And I'm going to enjoy having a helper. At least for one day. Maybe I'll roll around in the grass here with Snorter and Dragonfly. Yeah! Yeah! Lazy bu-
Ugh. Jesus. This is disgusting.
Find the source of the infection. Shit. What do you want, you dumb bastard?
Those pigs came here to drink. Where to now? I can smell something upstream. Here it is. Wolves must have killed them. They didn't even eat them up. I'll go and tell Ignatius. It really wasn't a curse. There are rotting carcasses in the water upstream from the watering spot. No wonder the pigs caught some disease.
Well, what do you know? I was right. I'll give you a hand. It'd take you all night on your own.
Bloody hell.
Ugh. Jesus. This is disgusting.
Oh well.
Here, mutt.
What now?
I took care of the carcasses. We can drive on.
Nice work. There's even a bit of meat left for me.
Yeah, you'd eat that. They've been lying there God knows how long.
But nicely in the cold. There's nothing wrong with it. Anyway, you won't be eating it, so don't worry about it. Let's keep going. Lads, seeing as how you don't obey me, you're surely horsing around today. So far it ain't that bad, eh? You don't have to take down no hanged man or bury an unbaptized child.
Well, ever since I started working for the miller, all I did was carry sacks. The sack makers here in the region must live like kings. Of course it could be a lot worse.
I like having to carry sacks full of thistles. Now listen to me closely. You won't be carrying anything at the next farmstead. Instead, you'll have to make one carcass there. See, the work of a knacker ain't just about clearing away dead animals. Now and then, you've got to put down some creature, so it don't suffer. Or, like today, to put it down so everyone around it don't have to suffer. In this case, we're talking about a dog.
Well, what can I do? But I doubt I'll feel good about it.
That cur belongs to the greengrocer, Vizar. I've heard they're both pretty fierce. Don't draw too much attention to yourself at the farmstead. I'll give you some Aesop potion to drink first, and some meat and bane. Soak the meat with the poison and throw it to the dog. He'll probably be locked in a pen somewhere. As soon as it's done, we'll disappear before anyone notices anything. I got paid well for it from the neighbors, so don't fuck it up for me.
What is weak Aesop? Looks like a kitty. Right there. Priest, horseman, and houndmaster. Quarter of a day. Animals won't take just you.
Yeah! 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 Praise God.
This could take forever. Where's my ravioli, meat. Ravioli, meat. What, 5 pieces? I don't want it on 5.
Oh, Sakra! The dog isn't here. The door's open. Where did he run off to?
barking. It's coming from over there.
Where'd you come from?
Bonnie? What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Now, first, tell me what you're doing here. And how come you're with that beast?
He's no beast. I came here to save him.
You mean steal him?
For him, it'll be a redemption from that horse and master of his. I'll take care of him, in place of my poor dead sniffer.
Bonnie... The gravedigger sent me to kill the dog. He's been paid to do it by the people whose livestock that beast killed. It's the last thing I need to do before he shows me the pit.
It's not the animal's fault. When Zenek and I were here last, I saw how old Vysarik treats him. He doesn't give him food, he abuses him. With a master like that, he won't last long. You wouldn't kill a dumb creature just because its master...
Well, you don't have to convince me. Ever since the gravedigger told me to do it, I've been trying to figure out how to save that dog. If you want to take him, I won't stop you.
You're a much better Christian than I thought you were. I'll take him to the lair. We'll meet there.
Hurry off now, before someone sees us together.
Come on now, boy. You'll like it in the lair.
Nothing for you. Oh, you...
It's taken care of.
Taken care of?
I set the dog free.
For fuck's sake, we were supposed to get rid of him, because that...
Bonnie from the mill came and took the dog before...
Well, fuck me. How much more is that?
Oh, she'll take better care of him than Babe.
Aye, surely, because if he runs off and ravages... Let's go before...
So this is it. This is the pit.
Slowly, boy. Slowly. Have a bit of respect. Death always deserves respect, whether it's people or animals.
But there's hardly 3 heaps here. Is this really it? Are you yanking my pizzle again?
Of course not. True, it used to be one big pit. But then I found out when you pile up carcasses in smaller pits and throw some wet hay between them, it all rots better. And the better it rots, the more nitre you'll have. Are you going to take some right away?
I won't. The miller will probably send some people here.
Well, they'd better not dig it all up. That'd disturb the natural balance, see? And soon they'll find out there's no place to find saltpeter.
Well, I reckon I'm delaying the inevitable. I'll still have to taste it.
You're going to taste it?
It's the only way I can be certain it really is saltpeter.
God's nails. And they say I'm disgusting. Wait a moment. I've got a reward for you. Just so's you don't think old Ignatius and his even older nags is ungrateful riffraff. Take it as a thanks for your help. Maybe you'll take over my trade one day when I'm pushing up daisies myself.
Who knows? Maybe that'll I'll live at the cemetery, build piles of carcasses.
Here's something that'll definitely come in handy, either with me or...
Thanks.
Taste it then. Get to it. This I have got.
Well, those suck. And they ain't worth shit.
To see.
Give me the damn taste option again.
You didn't have to make such a feast of it.
Look at me. I'm a lord's messenger to a taster of cadavers. Cold and salty. This must be it. If you're going back to your cottage...
Of course. But in return, so there's some more saltpeter in the making. You have a kind master, eh, Mutt?
That fucking figures. Ambush, defenseless person cowering.
Dick!
What the hell?
I've been waiting for you.
You're no match for us. Do it.
Nick. What'd I just grab? What the hell I grabbed? you want to watch that movie? Or finish our show?
Quick! Quick!
That's stupid. Low-hanging branch there.
Go!
We're gonna have to save and wrap up because I'm gonna be put on kid duty again. We're gonna save and wrap up here so I can go pull my damn hair out with the children.